Hello and welcome to MBA Sense. And this is our very first video where I'll be telling you what MBA is. And I myself have been a student of IIM Indore, and it's my last year, so I thought maybe I could share with you what I've learned. So let's get on with the video. So MBA is basically it's Masters of Business Administration. It's a postgraduate program which it consists of various courses on supervising different aspects of business. And it doesn't really matter whether you're a small business or a big business, or whether you want to move from smaller to a bigger business, or maybe if you want to add up some functionalities, or take your store online, so you can learn that, and whether it's for a small store or a bigger store, I think MBA is relevant for all of these. And MBA in a formal setup is offered by business schools like IIMs, XLRI, FMS Delhi, and in some cases it is there are also departments in some of the top engineering colleges of India like IIT Kharagpur, who offer an MBA course, and there are also several and very famous foreign universities like Harvard Business School, Yale School of Management, University of Pennsylvania, and so on, which offer these courses. And coming to who can take this course, an accountant, an engineer, a doctor, a software engineer, or anyone who has completed their graduation and they fulfill the eligibility criteria. So all these people, independent of what their graduation background has been, any one of you can take the course if you have performed well in your graduation. Moving on, let's talk about what does one get to learn in an MBA course. So there are several domains in an MBA, and some of them are sales and marketing, operations, human resources, accounting, finance, strategy, etc. So sales and marketing basically deals with advertising the product, market research, basically everything that you need to, prepare a product. And present it in the market. And it also deals a lot with brand building, and awareness of your product. Whereas sales, on the other hand, deals with when your product goes to the market and it has to reach the end consumer. So from here we have our product, right? And then it has to reach the end consumer. And it so happens that With sales, there are some specific goals um, which the company has, and they have to fulfill them. And these goals could be numerical, or they can be in the form of as to how many consumers you would want to reach. So sales is all about that. And coming on, we have operations. So operations, it deals with all the all the all the actions or all the activities which are required to produce this product, or or once it is produced, you need to take it to several sale or retail outlets. So here what all activities are taking place are that for preparing the product you need some raw materials, so you will have to source them. Then manufacturing is happening. After that, there is also a supply chain is created, so you have to manage that supply chain. Then later there are logistics. So all of these takes place in operations, right? Next we have human resources. So human resources basically deals with managing all these people, and um, human resources basically oversees or recruits or manages people in all these domains, right? Because no matter how many people are working there in the company, all of them are seen as resources who bring on some capabilities or some skills on board, right? So this is human resources. Next is accounting. So in accounting, what happens is you keep a track of all the spending that's being done, all the cash or from the banks. And basically, the core of accounting is preparing balance sheets and other such financial statements. So all of them are prepared here. Next is finance. So in finance, what happens is that you have to look for sources from where this money which you have to put in your company, where is it going to come from? So you have to source it. It could be from the venture capitalists or the banks or equity or any other such place. So you have to look at the sourcing. You have to decide where this money is going, right? And it also goes on to allot this money to different departments, right? And the last one is strategy, which kind of deals with how relevant your product or your company is in the market. And it decides onto short and long-term goals so that your enterprise it has a sense of direction, right? So these are the domains, and all of them, in the first year you get to you get to learn some from each of them, and in the second year um, you have an option whether you want to do a general management kind of thing. So in that case you can pick uh, you know a good mix from each of these domains, or if you want to specialize in any of them, then maybe if you want to specialize in operations, then you can pick courses especially from operations, right? So skills that one learns in an MBA course, I think the um, the variety that comes on in an MBA course, it kind of widens our perspective, right? It enables us to think out of the box, and with everything we are doing, and it so happens that there are several cases that are presented, and you go on to apply the concepts that you've learned to these cases. So what we learn is problem solving. And it also happens that a lot of data is present, in these cases. So we also learn data analysis, right? Next, since all of these courses, which are going on at the same time, and you have to take out time for all of them, and also there are several activities going on in your curriculum, right? And there are case competitions going on at the same time, and you have to manage all of them. You also have to prepare for your classes. You have to read for all these classes. You have to read the cases, and before going to the class, you actually have to, you know, use your own brain. It's not a lecture where the professor is going to tell you what the question is, what the solution is, right? There is a group discussion happening where you have to present what you think, what your opinion is, right? So it enables you to think, and you also get this chance to feel accountable, right? It gives you an opportunity to think like you are the head of the sales and marketing department, or the human resources department. So you feel accountable for it. You don't just give random generic answers. You actually prepare for it. You take out the data, analyze it, and whatever the answer is, you know then you read that data that you've analyzed, and you come up with some solution, in order to have some evidence that this might work, right? So this is what you learn. And apart from that, time management, which has become the most important today in order to achieve something. And these skills that one learns in an MBA course, I feel that all of them are pretty important, not just for an MBA student, but for literally anyone out there, right? So, from the videos that are going to come up, it's not just an MBA student that can gain something from it. Whether you're a homemaker, or if you're a high school student, or if you're a bachelor student or an executive, or whether you're running a small business, there's gonna be something that you can learn and you can actually implement it in your life. Especially something like time management when we are so engrossed or so busy with our phones or uploading pictures on Instagram or watching some random YouTube video of a lifestyle blogger that we find it difficult to spare time to learn something. Therefore, time management is one very essential skill, and we are going to talk about it in one of our upcoming videos. For now, I hope you learned something about what MBA is, and now you have a better idea about whether or not you can take an MBA course or not, or whether this is going to be helpful. So I hope you like the video, and if you do, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends or your siblings or cousins who would want to gain a perspective on what MBA is or whether they're thinking to join an MBA course. Thank you.